जो बैटमैन का जो की दुनिया है, ऑफ कोर्स इट इज काल्पनिक भी है, इमेजिनेटिव भी है, और उसका जो सोल है वो रियल दुनिया का अगर देखा जाए तो एक गौतम ही है.
It's about the confidence, it's about your dream, and it's about how you want to live your life. And that is what I love about Barbara. So I know there is a Barbara in all of us. In fact, there is a Batman in all of us. We just need to access that.
I want to be a Batman to many people, or for many people.
Lovely.
In different, not in that suit or in that cape, but if as a
While
human
you're
being,
at it, wear the suit and cape, no?
so I've got your approval, I will do it.
Amit Sadh Shweta Tripathi, film companion पे आपका स्वागत है.
Thank you, धन्यवाद, शुक्रिया.
Thank you, Sneha. It's always fun being, a part of an interview done by a film companion. So
Thank you. But I'm just trying to imagine what an epic flex it must be to be able to say, I'm in Batman.
and I am Batman.
which is amazing. Talk to me a little bit about what the responses have been to the audio series Batman Ek Chakravyuh on Spotify.
So, I mean, I don't believe in like numbers and stuff, but I think we've been trending for जो जब से हमारा रिलीज हुआ है कुछ हफ्तों से तो हम टॉप 5 में रहे हैं.
Wow.
And next Tuesday ko is the finale. So hopefully we will not just be top 5, we'll be on the top of the list again. I think response अच्छा रहा है जो लोग सुन रहे हैं. ये जो दुनिया है ऑडियो सीरीज की ये भी एकदम से it's like how कुछ साल पहले वेब सीरीज की दुनिया शुरू हुई थी. I think एक ऑडियो सीरीज की दुनिया शुरू हो रही है. इसको नई दुनिया नहीं बोलेंगे क्योंकि रेडियो और ऑडियो तो वर्ल्ड वॉर 1-2 से पहले भी रह चुका है. But I think इस तरीके से जो वापस आए हैं इस बैंडविड्थ में, इस credibility के साथ, such a big production, DC, Batman. So I would say a big round of applause to Spotify for bringing Batman audio series to India, or to adapt it. एक Indian audience के लिए, हिंदुस्तान के premise में उसको adapt करने के लिए. So I think it'll only get better hopefully after the finale.
Response as actors, we do something because it makes us happy. It's literally as simple as that. So जब ये Batman एक चक्रव्यूह आया था, there were all reasons to say yes to it. मतलब DC Comics, and like you said, to be a part of the Batman world, like how many people can say that they are Batman or they are Barbara, and to belong in that Gotham City because it's a fictional city. हम बहुत सारा fictional काम करते हैं, but the beauty about audio is कि आप जो सुनते हो, I find it like magic. Because like when you're reading something, Harry Potter, I'm a huge Potterhead. So when you're reading something, it just literally teleports you into another world. And I think jo audio series hai, that is exactly what it does. Because when I started listening to the first episode, I was literally just teleported into this dark, beautiful, in a very different way, world of Gotham. And मुझे अच्छा वही लगता है कि अगर कोई housewife कहीं दाल बनाते बनाते, if she's listening to this, and if we as artists can give her that experience, then what better than that? Yeah. So for me, response and reviews matter a lot. But जो जनता अगर connect कर पाए ना, वो बहुत जरूरी है. वो मुझे सबसे ज्यादा खुशी देता है.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about that housewife and how you could have really immersed her with this experience. But एक actor के लिए, what was that experience for you guys to literally have nothing but your voice to be able to perform with? Was that overwhelming? Was that exciting? What was that like for you?
Amit had said this in one of the previous interviews, which I totally agree with, that I think we are very lucky because हम वो कर रहे हैं जो हमें पसंद है करना. बाकी चाहे पैसा, फेम, ग्लैमर, पॉपुलैरिटी, फॉलोअर्स जो भी है वो सब सेकेंडरी है. But आने दो, of course, आने दो, lots of it, season 2s, and but it is a satisfaction that we get when we are performing. तो जब ये भी हुआ, one of my obviously first questions was who's Batman, पर जब गए थे ना तो nervousness नहीं थी, butterflies definitely थी मुझे तो. But when you're working with DC Comics, when you're working with Spotify, when there's somebody as experienced as Mantra who is producing and directing, and he's going to be taking care of you, literally he's got your back. So then you just go with the flow. and that's the best way to be. So मेरे लिए तो वो था. Also too, there is so much to learn, because as artist I don't want to restrict myself to a certain platform or medium. तो वो क्योंकि आप एक जगह जो कुछ करते हो ना, वहां से सीख के, लाइक लिटरली द मोटिव इज, द गोल इज, आज जो सीखेंगे वो कल और भी बेहतर हो. So I think we're just hoping and trying to raise the bar, which thankfully I think we've
Yes,
done.
yes. But also, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it also oddly liberating to not have to worry about any of the frills and just focus on performance? Matlab, no makeup stress, no yahan pe baal aa gaya, oh no, retake. What was that like?
So I would like to answer this. I mean, I don't want to correct you because this is a conversation.
Sure.
That has its spot. So that pasina coming creates a character. Visual. Like when somebody tells me आज बहुत धूप है सेट पे जब मैं शूटिंग कर रहा होता हूँ, गर्मी है, ऐसे बहुत अच्छा है तो उसको यूज करना. So Leonardo DiCaprio के साथ बात कर रहे थे Revenant के बारे में. So they said we could have shot, because a lot of films are shot in studios. So Castaway was shot in a studio. 95% of the film was shot.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was shot in and the location that they got was like sub-zero, -20, blah blah blah. So you know what? We went there, we checked, and we said, okay, fine, this is another character in the film. We're going to use it. And now, if you take that, the terrain and the cold and the snow away from Revenant, it won't be Revenant. So I definitely feel, because you said, Sneha, that वो एक experience है, you know, और ये एक नया experience है. They both have their own
place.
And personally, if you ask me, मेरे लिए एक नया experience था कि मैं एक physical actor हूँ. मैं physicality पे बहुत निर्भर करता हूँ. मैं atmosphere, location, हवा, पानी, जगह की खुशबू, लोग, अगर मेरे सामने एक नॉन इंटरेस्टेड एक्टर हो, मैं बहुत जल्दी प्रभावित हो जाता हूँ, मुझसे अच्छा काम नहीं होता. तो मैं बहुत रिलाई करता हूँ मेरे मैंने इस तरह अपने आप को बनाया है. ये मेरा मेथड है, मेरा प्रोसेस है, टू पिक पीपल्स वाइब, टू पिक देयर सेंसिटिविटी, एंड that's how I act. That's my process, which is dependent on everything outside.
Yeah.
The difference here was that here was no vibe. There's no atmosphere. I mean, there is in a way. There's a studio, there's a mic. So all you have is your mic, and your soul, and your voice. And it was a first-time experience for me. And I have really enjoyed it. I've said this earlier, that for me, it was like a kid going into a candy store or going into Disneyland for the first time, you know. And again, I think Shweta just said that I think a huge credit has to go to Spotify and Mantra for envisioning something like this, for executing something like this with such dignity, and to create a production of this quality.
Yeah.
You know, and that's my two bit.
What did it teach you about yourself as actors? You said that it, of course, was a new experience, a challenging experience. What did it teach you about you, the actor?
I mean, just one acting job is not going to teach you. You know, I just feel every experience enriches us. You know, और हर experience को हम अलग तरीके से judge करते हैं. You know, but जब अच्छे लोग होते हैं, जब आपको किसी काम करते वक्त, या ये आप मैं जब से इस इंटरव्यू में आया हूँ, मैं एक चीज नोटिस कर रहा हूँ कि आप मुस्कुराती बहुत, तो मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है. मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है, you know, और मुझे जितना ज्यादा अच्छा लगेगा मैं उतना अच्छा बिहेव करूँ. सो मुझे लगता है कि एक्टिंग और जो हम लोग हैं, आर्टिस्ट हैं, हम लोग बहुत ऐसे ही हैं. जहाँ जाते हैं, जहाँ अच्छा लगता है, जहाँ लोग प्यार देते हैं, तो वहाँ हम लोग खिल जाते हैं. जहाँ प्यार नहीं मिलता है, वहाँ कोशिश करते हैं कि भाई काम करने जो आए करके चले जाए. बट बहरहाल आई थिंक एक्टिंग, आप any form of art, even if you paint, or it will enrich you. Art is supposed to liberate you and, you know, advocate you and kind of uplift you. यहाँ पे I will definitely share that वो जो mic है ना, वो बहुत कमीना है. You know, उसका एक और word है, but आप लोग beep कर दोगे. मैं उसको बोलता हूँ that mic is a bastard. You know, it
Now
can
we're
hear
talking.
you.
Tell me more.
It can hear you. It can hear you think.
Wow.
So, but jokes apart, I just feel that being in that studio, with the sound recordist and mantra and that mic, मेरे लिए बहुत surreal था. मैंने आज तक इस टाइप का कुछ महसूस नहीं किया, तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Shweta, what did the mic teach you? Did you learn more about your voice, which is also just such a powerful tool, right?
Absolutely. And the thing is, बचपन से मुझे interest था to do to lend my voice for animation. क्योंकि तब I'm a huge fan of animated films. तो फिर जब when I started my journey in Bollywood, a lot of people said कि अरे श्वेता तुम्हारी आवाज से ना तुम्हारी एज का पता चलता है क्योंकि जो मेच्योरिटी है. तो मुझे लगा कि अच्छा, and they said that maybe you should get somebody else to dub for you. And somehow मतलब मुझे तो अपनी आवाज बहुत अच्छी लगती थी. And these things make you realize that दुनिया चाहे जो भी कह लेना, you must always try to listen to what you want, listen to your core, because अब आवाज तो यही है, आवाज तो बदलने वाली है नहीं, और सबके opinions तो होते ही हैं, but exploring something like this, because what Amit just said ना कि there is so much to learn यार. Now इस audio series करके we as actors know the importance of voice and tone and pace, but after performing this I literally started talking differently. I want to experiment more with it. Then when I listened to Babra as well, I was very happy that okay, this does not sound like me, because I talk fast. तो बाबरा में at least वो एक ठहराव है, and I am now hungry to do more, not because of again season 2 वो मतलब वो तो मजाक में ही बोला था, but because I want to better myself. And जैसे वो कपड़ों की भी बात जो कह रहे थे ना, जब हम अपने किरदार में होते हैं and costume में होते हैं, it really helps, because as actors on us we are wearing clothes जो कोई और पहनता है, हम वो शब्द कह रहे हैं जो किसी और ने लिखे हुए हैं, जिस environment में हम होते हैं, जो hair makeup होता है या scar होता है, it literally it helps us find that truth in the moment. So when everything is taken away from us, literally you are just in a studio, आपको co-actor भी नहीं है आपके पास.
I think you're sorry if I'm just entering what you're saying, so right, but I just think that Shweta, it elevates your imagination because we don't have the tools.
True. Because you have to imagine that बाबरा यहाँ इस दुनिया में है और वो चाहती है ब्रूस की हेल्प करना. And hats off to Mantra, because like I said कि co-actors नहीं थे हमारे पास. So Mantra had to make sure as a director that when we all are talking, the tension is the same. Emotions are different as per the character. But ये जब सिला जाएगा तो वो एक garment लगे. ये ना लगे कि अच्छा ये तो ब्रूस की पिच कहीं और है और रिडलर कुछ और कह रहा है और बाबरा कुछ और कह रही है. So I think that is a huge responsibility, and he made sure that he took us through the process and the story. And जहाँ कपड़े की बात थी, so I dressed up in a way not what Babra would wear, but I wore clothes which made me feel active. So वो मैंने actor का costume का knowledge यहाँ पे भी use किया.
Everything else.
Interesting. What were the challenges of adapting Gotham City, bringing it to India and making it belong here?
I think that challenge was not for us. That's another, I think, to the writers and Mantra and the whole team of Spotify. I think जिस तरह इन्होंने adapt किया है, challenging तो रहा होगा कि आप ये दुनिया लेके आ रहे हैं जो एक बहुत ही prolific और which has such a huge fan base. इंडिया लेके आ रहे हैं, तो आई थिंक इंग्लिश को और इस तरह की दुनिया को हिंदी में और हिंदुस्तान में अडेप्ट करना आई थिंक मुश्किल है कि अडेप्ट भी करें और फनी साउंड ना करें. तो कई बार हम लोग जब इंग्लिश मूवीज की डबिंग सुनते हैं तो वो देखो वो जहरीला मुंह खुला और अंदर से आग निकली और उसने तहस नहस कर दिया और सब जल गए, एंड so वो फनी होता है. हाँ, but वो डबिंग होती है, यहाँ डबिंग नहीं है, यहाँ पे दिस इज अ ओरिजिनल, इट्स अ ऑडियो सीरीज है जो हिंदुस्तान के ऑडियंस के लिए वहाँ की दुनिया को इंटैक्ट रखते हुए बहुत अच्छे से अडेप्ट किया. तो अगेन ये तो जो क्रिएटिव टीम है स्पॉटिफाई की, मंत्रा खुद उन्होंने आई थिंक इन लोग ने बहुत अच्छा काम किया है. सो उन लोग के लिए तो जरूर चैलेंज रहेगा, बट आई एम श्योर आई विल से दिस फॉर श्वेता आल्सो, बट हमने जब स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ी, हम जब ये कर रहे थे, it came ready for us.
And what a huge flex is it for India to be part of a global show like this, to be one of the 9 languages that this show has been created in. But ek actor ke liye, how does the world of audio series change the landscape? Because you guys are really getting into it at such an exciting time. How does this change the landscape for a performer?
I think it just, the more you explore, the more you grow. बिकॉज आप यहाँ से जो सीखोगे आप कहीं और यूज करोगे, और वहां से जो सीखोगे आप कहीं और यूज करोगे. सो आई थिंक एंड स्पेशली इन टुडेज डे एंड एज, I think we are blessed not just as actors and artists but also as an audience member, because there is so much to consume. And just my parents, not because they are biased, but they really enjoyed the entire audio series. And उनको बैटमैन उन्हें मूवीज देखी हैं जो, क्योंकि सिनेमा हॉल में हम लोग पीवीआर प्रिया में सब वही लेकर गए हैं. बट एज सच आई डोंट थिंक दे आर बैटमैन फैंस. आई डोंट नो उनको कितना याद भी हुआ होगा, बट जब उन्होंने ये सुना तो उन्होंने देखा और उनको मजा आया. सो आई वुड से दैट आपको, आप एक बार ना आप जब डूब जाते हो किसी भी एक्सपीरियंस में, स्पेशली विद एन ऑडियो सीरीज, इट्स वेरी इमर्सिव. सो एज एन एक्टर एंड एज एन ऑडियंस, podcasts are really getting popular now because आप गाड़ी में सुन सकते हो while you're working out. I think somebody tagged us कि while working out they were listening to the series and it really charges them up as well. So now,
wow, is that true?
Yeah.
I would believe that 100%. It
Because
sucks you in, and yeah,
convenience. Yeah, true. Then when everybody's performance is appreciated and not in terms of validation, पर अच्छा तो लगता है.
yeah. Your character is clearly battling with some intense inner demons. Were you able to tap into any of those feelings as an actor, and the journey, was that relatable in any way?
You can just say I'm very comfortable when there are demons around. No, but it's true. I think art or anything which is internal is created from our lives.
Yeah.
Especially as actors, whatever we have experienced in life, our hardships, our challenges, our darkness, our bad days, our good days, our light, and everything. You know, it's like I always say, the heavens and hells of life, and we all get to use it. And especially when you do especially जो Batman का जो की दुनिया है, of course it is काल्पनिक भी है, imaginative भी है, और उसका जो soul है वो real. दुनिया अगर देखा जाए तो एक गौतम ही है, you know, जहाँ ये जितने जो characters हैं, it's like almost like महाभारत. If you see महाभारत में, like हम महाभारत में ही हैं, you know, it's not much different between. It's just that in Mahabharata we have our gods, you know, and in Gotham we have these characters. And I'm a huge Batman fan.
Okay.
You know, huge, like really, really. And I've always enjoyed. Even जब मैं छोटा था, मैं बैटमैन देखता था. मैं छोटा था तो मैं लड़ता बहुत था. तो जब मैं बैटमैन देखता था तो मैंने कहा यार मैं भी तो किसी के लिए लड़ रहा हूँ ना, किसी कमजोर की. तो मेरी मेंटालिटी ये थी कि यार मैं किसी के लिए लड़ रहा हूँ. And that's a huge part of my life now. कि मैं नहीं भी चाहूँ, I'm always fighting or standing up for someone. So I think I must have picked up that from Batman. Or you know, Bruce का जो character ना, मुझे एक सबसे अच्छी चीज जो उसकी character में लगी, which also I identified. क्या दुनिया ना पूरी दुनिया को जज कर रही है. आप गलत हो, आप सही से हंसते नहीं हो, आपकी आवाज खराब है. मैं तो मिलना चाहूंगा, कौन मूर्ख इंसान है जिसने श्वेता को बोला उसकी आवाज खराब है. You know, मैं तो मिलना चाहूंगा उनसे. You know, but मुझे ब्रूस के कैरेक्टर के बारे में, बैटमैन के कैरेक्टर में एक अच्छा लगता है कि पूरी दुनिया सबको जज करती है और बहुत ही सख्त रहती है. ये भी है. मुझे सबसे अच्छा लगा इस कैरेक्टर के बारे में कि ये अपने आप से भी उतनी ही सख्ती देता है. He is tough with himself, with his principles, with his you know, with what he wants to do and his purpose. One of the most amazing things I like about this guy.
And meanwhile, Barbara is, of course, the detective, and yet she trusts the villain. Shweta, kabhi life mein aisa hua hai that someone has told you don't do this, but you have gone ahead?
Well, I think हमारे पेरेंट्स के साथ तो ये सबका हुआ ही है कि बेटा ये मत करना, बेटा ये मत करना मतलब जरूर करना.
Well, aren't we all like that?
Exactly. But you know what Amit said, just taking from that you know, as a society, I really think that we push people in a corner, and when they retaliate, then we point fingers. कि अरे देखो उसने ये किया. And I think it's high time we all take responsibility for not just for ourselves but also each other. क्योंकि you know हम as humans हम लोग साथ में रहते हैं, हमारा individually हम कुछ नहीं उखाड़ने वाला है.
श्वेता आपने लाइन बोली, मैं sorry interrupt कर रहा हूँ, I had goosebumps all over my body. Bravo, I'm so proud of your thinking.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Need more people like this.
Yeah. जो फिक्शनल सिटी जो गॉथम है, आई थिंक फिक्शनल का ये भी मुझे अच्छा लगता है कि आप लड़ाई जो कर रहे हो, चाहे वो ब्रूस कर रहा है या बाबरा कर रही है, दैट इज टू लिटरली फॉर अ बेटर वर्ल्ड वेयर यू आर नॉट सेइंग दैट यू शुड नॉट एंजॉय द वर्ल्डली pleasures or enjoy life as such, but at the same time stay away from the negativity. I think point वो है. तो घूम फिर के चाहे वो सुपर हीरो से सीखना हो या हम कैरेक्टर से भी सीखना हो. एंड आई थिंक ऑल एक्टर्स हैव ऑलवेज वांटेड टू प्ले अ सुपर हीरो, एंड दिस इज समथिंग आई वांटेड टू आस्क अमित कि व्हेन ही टोल्ड यू अबाउट बैटमैन, हाउ डिड यू फील?
Being such a big fan yourself, what was the moment like?
You are playing Batman की register हुआ क्या हुआ? क्योंकि बाबरा, to be honest, I तो was ready कि मतलब ये DC Comics Batman world में कुछ भी बोलोगे वो तो later I found out, I did more research on who Barbara is and I was like yes, but Batman Bruce जब कोई अगर तुम्हें ये बोलेगा, what was your reaction? It better be some like amazing over the top reaction.
You know, for such reactions I will disappoint you. My reactions are not over the top in life, unfortunately.
But internally,
where were you?
मुझे जब लगा कि मुझे जब फोन आया तो मुझे लगा कि वो मजाक कर रहा है. तो मैंने कहा उसको, मंत्रा को, कि मंत्रा, मैंने अभी साथ में कुछ काम भी किया है. We did, you know, an acting job together.
Okay.
And I wanted to tell him that how good he was, and he did a very tough role, very difficult role. He did it with a lot of flair. So उसने बोला कि बैटमैन कर रहे हैं तो मैंने कहा हाँ यार सोचो, सुनो, मुझे तुम्हें बताना था कि तुमने बहुत अच्छा किया और शूटिंग खत्म हो गई है और इसे हमें तुमने सुना नहीं. मैंने कहा छोड़ो ना यार, चलो आगे आगे बात करते हैं. कह रहा नहीं हम बैटमैन बना रहे, मैंने इंडिया में बना रहे हैं. मैंने क्यों रॉबर्ट पैटिंसन वाली नहीं चली क्या? तो anyways, long story short, but you know, for me, श्वेता, मैं सच्ची बोल रहा हूँ. और मुझे पता है थोड़ा बहुत, मुझे हम लोग जानते हैं, दूसरे को मिलते रहते हैं, और इस बार you know I don't lie. The excitement कि वो जो इतना short lived था, क्योंकि my brain and my senses went to like उसको how to crack this, how to do this, how to have fun, you know. So the whole thing went into the execution part of it. And for me, when I went into that studio, and I'm trying to teach myself in life कि जो mixed feelings होती हैं life में, exuberance, excitement, and it's like you got to tap into them. You can't live with them 24/7. You know, they won't take you to, then you'll be directionless. I'm working on it right now. I'm not like I'm struggling with it, understanding it also. I'm going through a strange phase of my life.
You're in a very introspective
I'm in a beautiful
I'm
place.
loving it.
I'm in a very, very beautiful place, and I don't want to hide it or disguise it, because there's no need to disguise, you know, or hide. So I just left the excitement and the exuberance of what I am doing, the mountain of that, right? I took the excitement and exuberance of the process and what I am doing. You know, कि मुझे ये करना है, इसका जो creative process है, इसको enjoy करता हूँ. You know, of course, when I'm listening on Spotify, I'm saying, oh, मैं Batman हूँ. Shweta won't be completely disappointed. I think the last part. Shweta was okay.
As long as you enjoyed that moment.
So now finally when I'm hearing episodes, but I'm enjoying everyone. I want to tell this to you. Also Sneha, I mean, I want to tell Shweta again, because she's here. Everyone has hit that spot. You know, there's always a sweet spot. Whether it's football, whether it's cricket, you know, it's like when you hit the sweet spot. I was just talking to Mantra, and I was just saying, yeah, dude, everyone has hit the sweet spot. But I'll tell about Shweta. What I noticed, because now I'm listening first episodes, like I think 8 are out, so I've heard 8. When you're watching a physical performance, I think itna register nahi hota hai. Maybe because we are listening, we are seeing more. We have heightened kind of heightened attention, maybe. or absorption of what we are listening. That when she enters, she's different than when she's looking for Batman. She's different. Like you said, when she's with the villain, तो वो उसके साथ अलग एक, you know, there's humbleness in her character, there's arrogance in her character, there's a quest in her character, and then she again pop karke changes when she sees Bruce. And I kind of observed it, like it hit me, and I was like, wow, okay. मतलब ये फ्लूक से तो नहीं हुआ, ये किया गया है.
It's a mad ride. I'm telling you guys that you can just really.
I would like to know your opinion, like your.
Absolutely, what I'm saying. It's a new world for me, and that's my bad. But thank you.
तो हम delete कर देंगे वो.
For giving me the opportunity to just surrender to this world, because I'm such a visual medium person. My whole life I've trained myself to talk to the camera, to talk to actors on camera, but to suddenly just like close my eyes and just surrender to this world, and it's the production value that was also just so top, so immersive. It really is. And honestly, I can just keep talking to you guys. I am having such a good time. But last two questions before I let you go. आपकी असली जिंदगी में who is your Bruce Wayne and Barbara?
बाप रे. You know, Barbara, I would like to say all the women who dream and follow that. क्योंकि बाबरा में भी जैसे जब वो बचपन अपने डैड को कहती है, because she wanted to help out her dad, because उसने वो देखा था उसने कि डैड के पास कभी टाइम ही नहीं था. So she wanted to follow what her dad was doing, but also help him out. So I think जो intent होता है ना, हम किसी का भी intention, law में भी और life में भी, वो intention बहुत जरूरी होता है. So all the women, on a side note, I just want to say that being financially, मतलब ये एकदम ही side note है, but because we're talking about this, being financially independent is very, very important. So even if you want to be a homemaker,
side note नहीं है.
हाँ, मतलब इस conversation
center note पे लिखा
ये वो बहुत जरूरी है, because आप में it's not about the money, but it's about the confidence, it's about your dream, and it's about how you want to live your life. And that is what I love about Barbara. So I really think, I know there is a Barbara in all of us. In fact, there is a Batman in all of us. We just need to access that. ये सारी चीजें हम में हैं, लेकिन हम ही या तो shy हो जाते हैं, या फिर as women we take a lot of guilt and shame. So ठीक है, but सीखते हैं और आगे बढ़ते हैं, not just from women around us, but from men around us. And that's what I love about Bruce and Batman, that your gender does not define you, yaar. मतलब अगर ब्रूस या बैटमैन या अमित एक्चुअली फॉर एग्जांपल अगर किसी मुश्किल में होगा ना, आई डोंट थिंक दे विल शाई अवे फ्रॉम आस्किंग फॉर हेल्प और टू लर्न समथिंग. सो आई फील हम सब वो हो सकते हैं एक दूसरे के लिए, एंड दैट विल हेल्प अस be the best version of ourselves. And literally I keep reminding myself this, that competition किसी और से तो है ही नहीं यार. हम अपनी लाइफ अच्छे से जी लें. Validation needs to come from within. अगर हम बाहर सीख करते रहेंगे ना, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल even the response that Batman in Chakravyuh is getting, I swear जब वो #1 पे था, बहुत अच्छा लगता है to be appreciated and validated. But what Amit and I felt in that studio individually, हम आंखें, मतलब मैंने तो आंखें बंद करके भी बहुत चीजें रिकॉर्ड की थी too, because we were visualizing that. That is the most satisfying यार. And I feel कि कुछ इतनी दिल से और प्यार से करो ना, आज नहीं तो कल जब भी नंबर आएगा जरूर.
नंबर आ गया मैडम,
नंबर आ गया. That's true.
Something tells me that you guys will just get along really well. I mean, or get along really well. There's just a great sync despite being in different rooms and like recording this at different times. But
I'm generally, I'm a fan of this person, not just her acting. I love her views. I love the simplicity she has.
Yeah.
I'm not going to comment on acting and work because we all know she's great. That's why she is where she is. I just love her views on life, and I like and how with her simplicity kind of is something that I really admire. You know,
Thank you so
जो
much.
बोलना होता है बोलती है, वो बहुत साधारण और सरलता से मतलब कूल या न्यूयॉर्कर बनने की कोशिश नहीं करती है, जो जहाँ की है वहाँ की अच्छी बात करती है, और मुझे ये इसके बारे में बहुत अच्छा लगता है, इनके बारे में.
Yeah, yeah. But who's your Batman, Amit?
यार लाइफ ऐसी थी कि मुझे अपना बैटमैन खुद बनना पड़ा, you know, and now मेरी लाइफ में this is my aspiration that I want to be a Batman to many people or for many people
Lovely.
in different, not in that suit or in that cape, but if as a
While
human
you're at
being.
it, wear the suit and cape, no?
No, I've got your approval. I will do it. But I will definitely tell you that in my life, there's a person called Imran Bhai.
Okay.
I met him 14 years back. He met me as a driver, though he's the driver of my life now. I treat him like a father figure. People know him in the industry. Everybody knows him. I think he's my Batman. In the last 14 years, he has a huge impact on me as a human being. I am where I am. He has a big role. He's been the biggest constant in my life. But I think he is Batman. He doesn't even need the suit. I've never seen Imran Bhai cringe in 14 years. He's never fallen sick. He's always smiling. When you tell him that उसने ऐसा किया उसने किया, अच्छा कोई बात नहीं, आप मत करो, आप आगे बढ़ो. He's never gossiped about anyone. He's just so idealistic, always smiling, always. I keep telling him if I can be 35% of, but that's the passing. मुझे 35 ही होता था.
हाँ, वही मैं
psychology में.
35 क्यों?
बचपन से psychology में लगा हुआ है कि 35 लाने हैं. है ना, 50 आ जाता तो लगता था तो मतलब सेकंड क्लास में नहीं, डायरेक्ट जंप पे लेगी दूसरे में. So he and I would say for Barbara, I will definitely try to take Smriti Irani's name. Smriti, I think I have a very special bond with her. I don't kind of talk about it so much, but since you asked me, I just felt like saying it. And as a person, as a human being, and as a politician, if you see the strength she has and the strength she gives to women of this country, and the strength she gives me, I think if I ever have a problem, I'll always call her. And there are times where she's helped me come out of the rut. So yeah, my Barbara is Smriti. So yeah, that's your answer.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, that was very sweet. And I hope Imran Bhai gets to watch this interview because
Imran Bhai is fed up of watching me for 14 years.
And finally,
to give you a perspective, I just called him today. आज मैं आ रहा हूँ. हाँ तो पहले फोन नहीं किया. मैंने कहा मैं ठीक हूँ इमरान भाई, calm down. अच्छा ठीक है, okay.
the father figure, huh?
Yeah.
And finally, guys, since this world of audio series can really just captivate you so much, leave me with a couple of recommendations that you guys recommend to your audiences that's worth an investment, a time investment.
Shweta.
Spotify pe there is a Bhaskar Bose, which I really enjoyed. Batman एक Chakravyuh के सारे episodes आने वाले हैं 31st तक. Why I would highly recommend everybody to watch that, not because we are a part of it, not because it's number one, but it's actually it's magical, yeah, and it's also meditative. क्योंकि आप ना वो खो जाओगे, and literally because I've recently started meditating, तो वो ना आप literally आप एक दूसरी दुनिया में चले जाते हो. So this will take you in a different world where you will feel कि Batman भी यही है, और मतलब I like to listen to it with my eyes shut. तो वो सब कुछ आप जैसे अमित ने बोला कि आप देखोगे सुनते हुए, and I think that is magic.
Absolutely, and thank you to the both of you for just like immersing us, because it's meditative, just like you said, to like succumb to that world is meditative. Thank you for chatting with me. And आप मजाक कर रहे थे या season 2 है कि नहीं है?
I'm hoping. My fingers are crossed. Mantra.
And thank you for having us.
Thank you.
हमें तो रिकॉर्ड करते हुए भी बहुत मजा आया था, और अब एज एन ऑडियंस सुनते हुए भी बहुत मजा आ रहा है. सारे एपिसोड्स आ रहे हैं, हम बैटमैन की आवाज में सुनेंगे कि कब और कहाँ.
बैटमैन के फिनाले एपिसोड 9th और 10th 31st को ट्यूसडे को ड्रॉप हो रहे हैं, तो आप लोग प्लीज लॉग इन कीजिएगा स्पॉटिफाई में और सुनिएगा.